You better get Bill in your lineup. You better get Bill Krosky Merritt, a.k.a. JCM, a.k.a. Little Bill, a.k.a. the Moon Man Extraordinaire into your lineup. He's going to have a day. And honestly, on Underdog promo code Smitty, I'm loving this little number right here. 38.5 rushing yards higher against this Green Bay Packer squad. And I think this is going to be, you never know these games. This is why we play the game. But this is why the teams play the games. You never know. Packers could get out to an early lead. Anything's possible. But my expectation, my prediction is that the Commanders have a nice little commanding lead in this game at some point, and they're running Bill. And Bill has maybe 38.5 yards on one particular carry at some point throughout the game. So if you don't, make sure you have something on the higher on Bill. If you can, hit this link right here, code Smitty. The link is pinned in the live chat. I'm pinning it in the live chat right now. Code Smitty gets it done. The link also gets it done. We'll be talking more about that and other news. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Live whenever news breaks. We're talking a bunch of Week 2 news. Brock Purdy out 2 to 5 games now instead of just 2, maybe 2 to 3, 2 to 4. It's 2 to 5 games. And he's got that nasty turf toe situation. As Ian Rappaport called it, a variant of the turf toe. A little bit different than normal for other players, so there could be some complications with his foot. And then he's got a shoulder injury as well, so there's a lot going on in San Francisco. San Francisco is probably cooked. Their odds of making the playoffs and record odds have been tanking in Vegas on the street, so definitely not expecting a lot out of San Francisco. And honestly, this puts the onus on Christian McCaffrey, and they're going to keep working McCaffrey to death. That's why McCaffrey is one of the biggest sells in fantasy football, period. I have a whole video on the top players to sell, and McCaffrey is the lead of that group of players to sell. Adams is another one. Kenneth Walker is another one. Go watch that video. In fact, I got the graphic here. This is the thumbnail in case you need to locate this after. So this is the thumbnail you're looking for. It's Kenneth Walker, Alvin Kamara, Christian McCaffrey, JT, Devontae Adams. These are the top players to sell walking into week number 2. So this Brock Bowers news isn't good. Officially does not practice on Thursday. Now, we'll know more tomorrow. They're obviously trying to take it easy. There's a lot of rumors about a PCL injury. There's a lot of rumors about just his knee in general. He says it's not a big deal. PCL injuries, if it is a significant injury that's making him miss practice, maybe the severity isn't something that requires surgery, but anything that's causing you to miss a whole week of practice, and let's say he doesn't do anything tomorrow, he could be set to miss 1 or 2 weeks. But my guess right now is that it's 50-50 that we're heading in that direction. We very much could still have him suit up and play, but we have to monitor the situation because it got a whole lot more interesting in not a positive way based on that news right there. Tyreek Hill, according to Pro Football Talk, Mike Florio. Now, we've gone live on this twice now, so this is why it's not really news on this channel, but it's, more news gets, tacked on top of it, so it is relevant. But Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio said that the Chiefs and the Steelers' interest in trading for Tyreek Hill has been complicated by Hill's most recent domestic violence allegations. And certainly he probably is not getting moved unless those things are resolved, because the last thing a team's going to want to do is give up draft capital, take on contract and money amounts that they're committed to, and then have a player go on the commissioner exempt list. Even if they go on the exempt list paid, awaiting any sort of potential criminal charges that could be brought against them. And even if it's not criminal, even if there's no criminal pursuit of these charges, and it sounds like things are being looked into on all fronts, from the NFL, from a legal perspective, everything's getting looked at. And for anybody suggesting that this is a nothing burger, that she's making it up, the stemming of this didn't come from somebody going to the police. His ex didn't go to the police to try and get him in trouble. His ex put this information inside divorce documents, and that was brought to light through that. So Everybody that thinks they know this situation, they don't. There's a lot. It's complicated, just like the potential trade interest is complicated. But Tyreek Hill should not be on any rosters if you watch my channel anyway, because he's been one of the biggest avoids all offseason long, especially when he climbed back into 2-3 turn territory. 23, 24, 25, 26 overall value was disgusting, and we want to know part of it. And anybody that listens to this channel didn't draft him. And if you have him, you better get rid of him. You go for Harvey before it's too late, Travis Hunter before it's too late, Mike Evans before it's too late. Players like that are much more worth the risk than Tyreek Hill. Christian McCaffrey Cav back at practice, rest yesterday. This is definitely a player you need to sell ASAP, not because he can't linger for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more weeks. This guy could play amazing football till week 10. This is what we've said all offseason. Doesn't matter if he's not there at the end of the season. If this guy goes down in week 8, week 10, week 4, week 3, we don't know when he's going to go down, but he's going to get overworked and his entire team is injured. And you can literally go get the world for him right now. You can go get a pot of gold for this guy. You could literally, as we've talked about, one guy on the live show was able to get, what was it? It was Egbuka, and who was the running back that he got? I want to say it was Genti and Egbuka. I think it was one of them. Was one of the guys in the chat was able to get Genti and Egbuka for CMC. Other players that make sense for this would be, Achane. You take a chance on Achane. Oh, he's injured, Smitty. You're not worried about him. Not when you get an additional Egbuka, because if Achane did go down, you still have a fighting chance. If Egbuka went down, you got a fighting chance. That's why Divide and Conquer is so good. You got players like, you literally could go after a whole gauntlet of running backs that are in this round, top of round 2 territory. But go after, even if you were to swing away on a BTJ potentially, then you could go down to a Hendy and get Hendy and BTJ for CMC. You have no excuse to say CMC should be kept. Oh, Smitty, but you'll be sorry. I'm not going to be sorry about anything. If I'm wrong, I'm not wrong on CMC. Let me repeat that for those of you in the back. Even if I'm wrong and Christian McCaffrey plays the whole year, I'm not wrong, because you're going and getting 2 very safe vehicles, diluting your risk. And if things work out for the Christian McCaffrey owner, you both win. If they don't work out, whoever's owning Christian McCaffrey is holding the hot potato, and they're unfortunately, or playing musical chairs and there's no chair left, they're unfortunately left in the lurch. So you do whatever you want with Christian McCaffrey. He's your best back whenever he's on the field. He's your best back in football. Just wait. This is not a good situation. Brock Purdy's out 2 to 5 weeks. Kittle's out 5 weeks. And next is Trent Williams. Next is what? This team is in shambles, and things are going to collapse around the top player that this team's going to lean on and overwork, like Shanahan only knows how to do. Tristan Wirfs is potentially, he's expected to practice today, or he was and did apparently, and there's a decent chance he could play week 2, but this is good for week 3. So if anything, you just kind of hold off on that and just hope that you get him. But that improves the thing for that improves the game and situation and yards per carry for Bucky and everybody involved. Helps Baker. The whole Tampa Bay situation goes up hugely. Browns OC talking about how the team will take it day by day with Quinshon Judkins, who continues to progress in practice and did meet with the NFL recently. It's a lot more to come on that. Mac Jones will get the start against the Saints and will be the quarterback in San Francisco for the foreseeable future. And remember, this is the guy that Shanahan wanted over Trey Lance and wanted for a long time anyway. So it's going to be interesting to see what Shanahan does with them. Malik Neighbors back will be good to go for week number 2, but such a player to monitor and such a player to consider trading if you can get the world for him. He's maybe the number 1 wide receiver in the league, just sitting in a horrible situation, getting beat up and abused, and the odds of him missing time naturally through all the abuse he's taking on. This is like Puka Nacua times 5, it seems like, in New York, just getting hammered left and right. Hospital Ball City, just one after the other. This guy's got a toe injury that requires surgery for it to get better, and it's only going to get progressively more sore each week and take more time to recover. Lamar Jackson, according to this report, Tom Pelissero, the NFL is not taking discipline for him shoving a fan who did instigate and start the whole thing. But the NFL met with Lamar and said, we got a standard. Even if somebody were to, smack you on the helmet when you're walking by, you got to, stick to a certain standard and not go back and shove the fan back, because it just opens up a door. Remember that NBA melee that happened? Can you imagine if that happened in today's world? That was crazy back in the day. So the NFL just said, got to watch it. They met with them. And I don't think he should have been suspended. So I think it was the right call. But, you got to have a conversation about that with a player, and you got to ban a fan that does that. And the stadium did the right thing, and they banned that kid from ever being in the stadium ever again. Bills, to my knowledge, that's what happened. If anybody can confirm that, I think that's what had happened. At least that's what was reported. Bills running back James Cook hamstring practice in full on Thursday. There was some concern about, what's this going to look like? Is this going to turn into something bigger? We'll see if this does. He's going to play on it. Obviously, there's a problem, but make sure you cuff him to Ray Davis. Anybody that has James Cook that does not have Ray Davis should be ashamed of themselves, especially if he's on the waiver wire right now and you go into the week, you don't cuff him, and then on Monday you're like, Smitty, how much should I bid on Ray Davis? I have James Cook. I'm going to literally be like,
take a big laugh.
Banned from every stadium. Good. Is that what it was? Banned from every stadium. That's good. Good for the league. But you also gotta meet with the player and be like, look, you gotta, Xavier Worthy's shoulder will practice in some capacity. That was reported earlier today. So Worthy has a decent shot at playing relatively soon. We'll leave that open-ended, but that's great news. Mike McDaniel is on a short leash, and this is like obvious, Captain Obvious stuff. Pro Football Talk, Mike Florio believes that the Dolphins could fire. No, you don't say. He's definitely on a short leash. This guy should have never been a head coach anyway. He's awful head coach. He's a great scheme artist, but awful head coach. Drake London's shoulder was limited Thursday, but we're definitely fully expecting him to play as of right now, unless he suffers some sort of setback of some kind. 2 to 5 weeks for Brock. We talked about that. And then this right here, Godwin expected to practice in limited capacity. This was earlier than he did. This is a player that is still not expected to be playing till October. So don't take any of this as if he's rushing back. Like, oh, what do we do with Ibuka now? First of all, Godwin's going to come back, be rusty for several weeks too. On top of, what are the odds that he stays healthy long enough to do any sort of damage to anybody's workload? So calm down and relax. Godwin's he's not the same player Emeka Egbuka is. Egbuka is twice the player he is. Not even worried about it. So it's kind of weird when people think that something's going to happen to Emeka Egbuka's workload when Godwin comes back. Godwin's a walking injury. He's not in shape. He's not ready. It's going to be until October before he's even, considering hitting the field. And even then, again, it's going to take weeks and weeks for him to get, back to a place where he's in any sort of concern. Krosky Merritt, as I said earlier, is one of the best hires on Underdog. Promo code Smitty. Here's the link one more time. The link is pinned in the live chat. Please hit this link right now if you would like to participate. Code Smitty gets it done as well. Underdog, play 5, get 50 using code Smitty. And the link that I just dropped, the link inserts code Smitty for you. But I love this right here. I absolutely love this 38.5 hire. Now, I'll be honest with you. I don't do a lot of Thursday hires and Thursday participation in this kind of stuff because Thursday games are always unexpected. They're always hard to predict. They're always volatile. They're always players are quick turnarounds, different reasons why. Off kilter, off schedule. Doesn't even matter if they've been rested. There's just a lot of unpredictability. So I usually don't do a lot of hires from the Thursday game. But what I will say, instead of collecting 3 or 4 tonight and say, do this, and then not really feel confident in it, I think anything higher on JD5 I'm feeling comfortable with. The Deebo Samuel one, if I had to say I liked 2 of them on the Commander side, I do like the combo here. Little combo pack. 38.5 higher for Bill and 51.5 higher for Deebo. But I'm going to take this back off and just say, if you want to do something tonight and have it all conclude tonight, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with using those 2, throw another player in there that you choose. But I really only feel if I'm only, let's say I'm allotting 5 plays this week, 5 contests. I'm going to make 5 contests only. I'm not going to use it on tonight's game except for coupling Krosky Merritt with some Sunday and Monday plays. So that's kind of my advice for underdog this week and pretty much every Thursday. But I love this hire. I'm smashing this. I'm coupling this with a lot of Sunday picks. So hit that. Do that live. Smash it. Let's get to these super chats. We got about an hour to cram through all of this very, very quickly. Less than an hour. Damn, we got a half hour to try and get through all this. Let me see if I can get any. Are there any $20 haulers that need immediate and speedy attention? Let's see if I could find any of them. I don't know if we had any 20s on screen. Yeah, we do. We have Trey with a $20 hauler. Trey, appreciate you dropping that. You need immediate attention, kind sir. And then I think maybe we had another one. I'll find it if we do. This one here from Trey. Trey, thank you very much.
Super chat.
Trey to the moon. Trey says, Smitty, do we flex Bill or Buka? You can't sit Buka, but you got to get Bill in there somehow, bro. How is Buka not your wide receiver too? Let's see here. Wilson, Bijan. What I would probably do, I'd probably put Garrett Wilson in your flex and put, let's see here. I don't know. Bro, you can't sit Bill. You can't sit Bill. Make sure Buka put maybe do something where you're putting Buka in your lineup and you're potentially leaving a flex spot open for if you got to play Bill, you're leaving a flex spot open for a different decision. But there's no way I'm sitting Buka. I mean, there's just no way. But you got to find a way to start Bill. You got to make a trade, young man. Also, would you start Buka over Wilson? Buka is a guaranteed lock for me, bro. Absolutely. Possibly in other moves. Wilson and Bill after tonight, you might want to let Bill do his damage. Wilson and Bill after tonight might get you the world, bro. You might be able to get just an absolute masterpiece of a trade later. So if I were you, I would consider strongly, shopping that and to see if you can get let's say Lamb slumped again, or let's say Nico had a bad game again. You could easily go after, and maybe you don't even want to. Maybe Bill gets you more than that. Maybe he gets you some sort of, massive upgrade that we can't even fathom right now. And the reason I say to pump the brakes is because look at what ETN can get you in a trade right now. 1 week goes by, ETN's trash. We don't know if we believe in ETN, and the whole world loves him now. Look at what Debo can get you in a trade right now. And Debo was laughed at by so many except for on this channel because Debo was a Mars man or Saturn man?
He's on a shuttle to Mars. Mars man.
Look at this crew. Wow.
Loads dropping and spinning aimlessly in space.
I gotta say, this guy hasn't even popped yet. Warren, underrated. JSN underrated still, but Debo, Buka, geez. But Debo, a phenom, and you can get the world for Debo right now. So I'd say pump the brakes on maybe even doing anything and just let that value climb, my kind sir. Thank you for dropping that. We got a 50 wad from Salty Penguin. He wants to hear Denny.
$50. Give me $50, holla. Get by the brother, Smitty. Give me $50.
Denny, beautiful voice of an angel. By the way, if anybody missed it, this is the Denny moment that was created for Debo tonight, and I gotta say it's one of the more beautiful videos we've had created. If you were here live for the creation of this, you were here for history to be made. Oh, go.
Debo, draw back your boho and let the touchdowns go straight into your hands in the end zone. Mama Debo. Oh, you like Debo then, huh?
I like it. I love it. We got to use that. When Debo scores, we're using that. I'm going to put that into a video. Thanks, Denny.
Debo, please make me. I love it. Debo, draw back your bow.
You know a video's coming. Drop back your bow. Drop any bows, any D-bows, or just drop a lot of bow emojis. Debo's going to go nuts. If that doesn't tell you Debo's going nuts tonight, I don't know what will. $50 hauler against, thank you, Salty. 12-team PPR rate, sit, start. Okay, week 2. QBs, Penix Jr., wide receiver, BTJ, Buka, Travis Hunter, T. Higgins, Tesla, running back, Bucky, Hendy, Harvey, JCM, Gordon. What are we doing here? I guess I would say, bro, I'm going to go BTJ, Buka, and Travis Hunter. There you go for your potential one flex for the 2 wide receivers. Bucky, Hendy, Harvey. So that's your 2 running backs and your other flex. JCM. Okay, so we putting JCM in instead of Hunter. That's really the call. I'd probably say, yeah, for now, JCM over Hunter for right now. Fannin, I mean, you got to make that decision now, I guess. But Fannin over Kraft, probably. But great team. And I would probably wait until this JCM game and then flip them for T. Higgins unless somebody does it on the fly right now, which is hard to imagine you pulling it off. But if T. Higgins bounces back a little bit and JCM does well, you should be able to do something pretty wild in terms of upgrades. Past that, I mean, maybe use that for Penix Jr., T. Higgins or JCM to upgrade Penix into a top 4 quarterback that might slump this week. So there's a lot of options for you, but I think you wait until this JCM value gets kicking into high gear and then you attack a trade and do it live. Appreciate you with your $50 hauler. All right, let's hammer through some of these. Somebody dropped Harvey, dropped Penix, or Judkins. How do you drop Harvey? How do you drop Harvey? What's wrong with people? You're probably dropping. I mean, I guess I would say you got Nix. You got drop Penix, Love, or Nix. I mean, I would rather have Judkins than Love, and you have Penix Jr. and Nix. So I'm not saying that I drop Love and try and trade him real quickly, but bro, you have to grab full load drop on Harvey. No doubt about it. I don't even mess around. I don't try and calculate what are the odds if someone drops a $20. Like I'm doing a full load drop, no doubt about it on Harvey. I don't even consider trying to get cute with the fab money. JCM for Bucky and DK. Or I'm sorry, CMC for Bucky and DK. I think you can get more, but I certainly rather a Bucky long term than CMC. Yes, so I'd take it at the end of the day. But I would try and see if I can get DK into a different player. But if not, that's solid. And then flip DK later. Start 2. Pick 2 to start. JCM and Javonte. You can't start Olave, bro. You can't trust Olave for anything right now. Trade my Lamb Olave for Lad, Hendy, and Tet. Probably. And then I try and flip Tet in something to really make that full trade, work out and feel awesome. Offering CMC for Bucky and Travis Hunter. I like that as well. That's also a very good one. Thank you. Appreciate you. Start 2 PPR. JCM, Sampson, Keenan Allen, QJ, Sharp, Smitty. I'm going JCM and probably Sharps if it's me. But it's a close call. It's a very, very close call. Smitty got Kyron, Bucky as running backs. Kyron as a flex. Who are you starting at wide receiver? Debo, MHJ, Travis Hunter, Hollywood Brown. Probably going to go with Debo and MHJ in that order. Travis Hunter would be third in line, but you have a real good problem on your hands. Love the squad. Maybe a trade is in order for you after the game, but let's let some damage be done, my boy. Golden, Sharps, or Harvey. I'm going Harvey, but Sharps is a little safer, but I'm going Harvey personally. But you got to be willing to risk the biscuit like me. If you're a nervous Ned, then don't do that. But Sharps is got risk as well, though, So I'm going Harvey. Hampton, I got offered Hampton for McBride. You need to get probably a little more because Hampton had a bad game and McBride still got great value. I guess straight up, though, I'm okay with it. At the end of the day, you're not losing your shirt on it. But I think it's okay. I think it's a decent move. If you could move Walker and Pollard or Walker and, something to maybe, figure out how to get like Travis Hunter or something like that, Mike Evans, then you're really doing well. But I do if we're in a draft, I'm drafting them about the same place. Because one had a bad game, I'm trying to get more with Hampton because I think you maybe can. Start 2, Debo, Egbuka, Wilson, Brees. Bro, I don't know how this is your own fault. You've got to make a trade. You can't walk into a week with these kinds of options. You have to consolidate. You're going to get this wrong. I'm going to get this wrong. We're all going to get this wrong in groupthink setting every time. I'm not going to get this right. I hope you know that. Start 2, Egbuka and Brees Hall. I hate putting Debo and Wilson on the bench, but you have to make a trade. There's just no other option. Ted or JCM? I'm going JCM tonight. I think JCM to the moon. And like I said, if anybody on Underdog wants to tail this, add this to their collection this week, 38.5 higher on Underdog. Smash the hell out of that. Play $5, get 50. That link is in the live chat pinned. It's in the description of the video. It's also being dropped fresh in the live chat right there. And, Code Smitty gets it done as well. So smash the hell out of that. What could you get for Keon Coleman and Walker? Try Evans, try Harvey, try Hampton, try Hendy, try Lad McConkey. Those would be targets for me. I know your answer, but you need to hear the case for Gibbs besides CMC injury. Was offered Gibbs for CMC. Do I take it? I also start Harvey or Bill tonight. I'm probably going to start. Bill's safer. Harvey's higher risk, higher reward. I've been going Harvey all week, but, try not to let the game influence you. Usually is the wrong decision when you're like, I want to watch him play right now. But, Harvey's still high risk, So if you want safety, if your matchup calls for safety, go Bill. But if you want to roll the dice, go Harvey. Gibbs for I'm taking. I don't know what you're asking me. You said I know your answer, but need to hear the case for Gibbs. What do you need to hear the case for? Like I just told you, like CMC's an injury waiting to happen. Like Gibbs is the only move there. It's a top 3 overall pick, bro. So the case is do it. The case is Gibbs is in my top 3. The case is CMC is going to get worked into the ground on his bilateral chronic Achilles tendonitis, and his whole team is injured. And you're telling me he's going to stay healthy? What could I get for Keon? Oh, I already did that one. Thank you very much. This one here, offer BTJ for Garrett Wilson. BTJ all day long. I love Garrett Wilson, but you got to take that. This here, wide receiver heavy. Amon-Ra, Higgins, Sutton, Myers, Smith, Igbuka, and Rice. Who do you trade and who for? Higgins, Sutton together. Smith and Sutton, Smith and Higgins. I'm going after Ladd. I'm going after Hampton. Going after Hendy. Smith for Harvey. Higgins for Harvey. Sutton for Harvey. Smash, smash, smash. Hey, Smitty, bench 1 week Hunter. This week, Hunter, London, Scary Terry, Evans, DK. Probably, if it's me here, and this is very risky, but I'd probably say DK. Or JCM this week. Bench 1 this week. I'm probably benching DK. Thanks for the help. Yeah, love JCM this week. Or tonight, rather. Fannin or Evan Ingram. We got 10 gifted memberships from Andy. Andy, appreciate the 10 gifted memberships. My boy, Andy, to the mother-freaking moon. Andy's stock is on the rise. Andy, I missed saying that to you the other day, and I apologize if I didn't tell you I appreciate you when you did that. I don't know if you were still here. Fannin Ingram, I'm going Fannin. J-Mo Hunter. I'm going to go Hunter, but J-Mo might be safer. My JD5 for Pickens, Sharps, Benson. I'd rather have JD5. Mac, thank you. Can I please raise the minimum amount for Super Chats? Can I please raise the minimum amount for Super Chats? Zach, you can do whatever you want. What's the minimum amount? What do you want to rise it to? Once you drop, you can drop the show lead. You know what? We're giving away spots. Tonight we'll be giving away spots to the Superflex draft. The official Superflex league that is called the Wild Wild West League, and it's wild because we're drafting after week 2. So after week 2 is known, we'll be drafting, and I'm giving away 2 spots, probably tonight, if not 3, to the highest super chatters of the night. So come back for the live stream, the post show. I don't know what you mean by this, Zach, but you're willing to do. You can do whatever the hell you want, my man. Smitty, you're the GOAT. 6 Shades, my G. Thank you, appreciate you. Trade away Hampton for Harvey and Jordan Mason. Probably not. I think the value for Hampton is higher. Although I like the idea if you were to get something better. Trade CMC and Bill for Kenneth Walker and Ted McMillan. If you like losing, Nick. Nick, way to take a bath on a trade if you do this. You just got through showing you can get CMC into Genty and Ladd. You're going to give up Bill on top of it and not even get enough. Walker, I just told you, Walker is one of the biggest trade away players. You be taking such a bath. Bro, I wouldn't trade Bill for Kenneth Walker and Ted McMillan. Nick, we gotta get on track here, Nick. This is not it. This is not it, Nick. My Nico and Sampson for Igbuka and Brown. So is that Chase Brown? Is that AJ Brown? Bro, you got to be specific. My Nico and Sampson for Igbuka and Brown. If that's Chase Brown, I'm taking Igbuka and Chase Brown and I'm run. Running back 2, fix JCM, Pacheco, Harvey, Hunter, Tet, Ricky. Thank you for the gifted memberships, my boy. I think New Age Outlaw dropped 20. New Age Outlaw just dropped 20 gifted memberships. New Age, are you here? New Age, my man New Age and Andy both dropping watch. New Age doing work. Everybody drop the New Age Outlaw emoji in the live chat, please. Drop that New Age Outlaw emoji in the live chat. And Andy, thank you again, my kind sir. Guys, thank New Age right now. New Age, you still there? I appreciate you. Running back 2 and flex, JCM, Pacheco, Harvey, Hunter, Tet. Probably going to say JCM, Pacheco, Harvey, Hunter, Tet. JCM and Harvey for high risk, high reward. Hunter and JCM for safety. I guess. Gilbert, you got to make some trades too, young man. Yeah, that's just a tough decision. All right, let me get on over here to this one right here. Penix Jr., Bajan, Kyron, Gordon. What are we doing here with this team? Should I have tried RJ Tootin for Hendy and Fannin instead? So you're saying that you traded Hill for Hunter and Shakir. I don't mind that trade, so should I have tried? Well, no need to look in the mirror, bro. I mean, I'd rather have probably Hendy, and RJ and Tootin's pretty good too, but they're all good. I mean, either one, I don't think you need to look backward, but I think you did great getting Hunter for Hill, because I don't believe in Hill at all, bro. So nice work on that. Getting anything is fantastic for Tyreek Hill right now. Taz, appreciate your super chat here. 12-man, 2 wide receiver, 2 running back. QB. What are we doing here? What are we asking here? Rate your team. Baker, Lamb, JSN, Chase Brown, Chuba. I'd say like 7.5. I know you want higher, but I can't give it to you because I'm honest. And I think that you got to probably trade like Judkins and Sutton for another GSN type for a freaking, I don't know, Judkins and Chuba, or Sutton and Chuba for a Genty or Hampton and something, or maybe you're trading Judkins for Harvey and you got to give up another piece like Pollard. You get that extra piece in there, that extra top 10 player that are very, very available in buy lows, and Ladd and Harvey and Hendy right now using combos, not touching Lamb, not touching Chase Brown. Only upgrading Chuba. You do that, and then all of a sudden you're in probably my top, 8. You could get into an 8.0 with the right move, but you're gonna have to consolidate a little bit. I have a problem. Standard need 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and 2 flex from Hampton, Hendy, Harvey. So Hampton and Hendy are your starters. Your receivers are London and Buka, and I'm probably gonna go with the 2 flex spots. I'm gonna go Harvey and probably Hunter. No, probably Harvey and McLaurin, I would say. But you got a problem, too. You got to consolidate Pickens and Sharps. Let Sharps do some damage or get the starting job, and then I think we'll be able to tackle what big move you can make. But if you were to trade anything now, you might lose that value they're going to gain. 4 trades, only running backs are Genty and Sharps. Harrison, Waddle for JSN. I think I'd rather have I don't know, it's pretty even. I'd say it's dead even. Hampton, Godwin for MHJ. I'd rather have Hampton, I think. Lamar, Hampton for Kyler, Waddle, Harrison. I'd rather have Lamar and Hampton. Kyler for Fields and Mason. I'd rather have. I don't like some of these trades, like the Kyler for Fields and Mason. It's just like moving little pieces around. I don't like that one. The Harrison, Waddle for JSN is kind of the same thing. I don't. These aren't those. Unless one of those you're getting that I said I like it better, I'd take it. But those seem like a lot of just kind of moving pieces around, taking a hit here, gaining something here. Instead of just trying to hit a home run with the trade. RB2 and flex, JCM, Pacheco, Harvey, Hunter. I'd probably say Harvey and JCM for me because I'm a big swinging monster, bro. But that's it. You don't like that? I can't say that it's safe, but we roll that way. Who should I start week 2? Only pick 2. Harvey, Hendy, Krosky, Merritt, Sharps, BTJ. Well, BTJ's a lock, so come on, don't disrespect BTJ like that. And honestly, you know, Krosky, Merritt's a fun play tonight. You could roll with Krosky, Merritt, and BTJ. Honestly, you got to make a trade. This is your own fault. You're going to get this wrong every week. I'm going to get it wrong every week. The chat's going to get it wrong every week. There's no way to get this right. I would probably say BTJ and Hendy is safe, and BTJ and Harvey is the highest risk, highest reward play. Krosky, Merritt, something in between. And that's just the way it is. Let me hit these. I got a couple big wads here. One's $100 holler from Sheesh. Sheesh, appreciate you, pal. Appreciate you.
Smitty, everybody's pretty. $100+. I don't even know why they're getting.
Guys, just so you know, we're really backlogged on the super chats. There's a chance you're pushing this to the limit and not going to get the question answered in time. So be careful and be mindful of what you're asking, so you don't get the answer later. 12 team. Whenever we're within an hour of the game and we got super chats flying in, a human cannot get through them quick enough. 12 team big money league, 0.5 PPR, 2 wide receiver, 2 running back, 1 flex. Love the squad. Team looks good. Got an offer Bijan for CD and Hendy. I'd rather have CD and Hendy. And this team is pretty damn good. Yeah. CD and Hendy's huge. That's a huge move for you. And you're taking a little bit of a gamble on whether Hendy delivers, but I mean, CD alone could be argued next to Bijan, bro. You know, so that's a solid gamble to take. I don't think I'd lose a wink of sleep if that didn't work out the right way for you. That's a solid bet. And, you know, we're talking about Hendy being second round worthy 1 week ago, and now all of a sudden people think he's not, like, capable of it, which is crazy. Owen with a $20 holler, Spencer with a $20 holler. If anybody needs a Thursday night question answered, you might want to drop a $20 holler, because I can't move fast enough through these. So if you're asking a question for tonight and you're not, like, you didn't drop it really early on, it's going to be tough for me to even get to it. These $20 hollers here, appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. 2 flex PPR tight ends, get 1.5 per reception. Mahomes, Hunter, and then we got these, again, these gifted memberships. We got 10 from Andy. Andy dropping the 10 gifted memberships. Flex 2 PPR tight ends, get 1.5 PPR. Mahomes, Bucky, Henry, sweet combo there. Just insane. Keenan Allen, Coleman, Hendy, Warren, Rice. The wide receivers took a hit. I start Fannin over Hendy at the flex. I wouldn't. I'd start Hendy personally. PS haters are the only reason I had Fannin on my bench last week because of Smitty. Thank you. Appreciate that. I love how people said we didn't talk about Fannin. You didn't talk about Fannin. You didn't talk about Bruno. We talked about Fannin. You're talking about Bruno. Okay, so I don't know what to tell you here on this team. You're probably starting Keon Coleman and Keenan Allen right now, I imagine, right? So you're Mahomes, Bucky, Henry, Warren, Worthy. So Worthy Rice, you're hurting there. Tyler Warren's fantastic. Do I start Fannin over Hendy? I'm not. I think that's the only question you had at flex. Great job, and thank you for the $20 hauler. You got it all right. Week 2, and your team's great. You just got to wait for those wide receivers. It's not your fault. Your team could still stay afloat with those running backs and quarterback combo. 1,000 people on YouTube in the building. Please hit that thumb up button. Appreciate you. Week 2, who should I start? Only pick 3. Debo, Harvey, Hendy, Krosky, Merritt, Sharps, BTJ, Parasol, Hunter. My starters are Bijan, Acham, Buka. I start only pick 3. Go Hendy, Krosky, Merritt, and Harvey. If you want to go high risk, high reward, put Debo. Oh no, you got BTJ. I already answered this one, right? Didn't I already answer this one? BTJ. You got to start BTJ. You have to start BTJ. Thank you for the $20 hauler. Your starters are Buka, Acham, Bijan. BTJ. This is disrespectful. I'm going Harvey and Debo for safety. I would go Harvey. Damn it. Hendy and Debo for safety. Hendy and Harvey for high upside, high risk. But having Krosky, Merritt on the bench, bro. This is your own fault, Spencer. You got to make a trade. How are you supposed to get this right every week? You got an embarrassment of riches. There's no way. We don't know if Krosky, Merritt's going to outscore Hendy or Harvey or Debo or Sharps or Hunter. I mean, what are we doing here? It's a 5-man league? Oh, jeez. I don't know. The answer is we don't know. The answer truly is, I wish I could lie to you and tell you this is the answer. I don't know. I'm not sitting BTJ, that's for sure. And I'd probably say Debo. If I had to pick Debo, Harvey, BTJ. But, man, I mean, I'm not telling you to sit Krosky Merritt. No one's telling you to sit Krosky Merritt. No one's going to on this channel tell you to sit Krosky Merritt. I need to start two: Henderson, Pollard, Pacheco, Sampson, and Krosky Merritt. Henderson and Krosky Merritt. That one I'm going to be able to say that is pretty easy. PPR start one: Fannin versus the Ravens or Kraft. I'm going Fannin. We like our boy Fannin. Do it live, Fannin. Start two: Debo. Debo, pull back your bow, bro. Let's start Debo and Hendy for higher risk, high reward. Debo and Bill, if you want a little bit more safety. Knicks and Dak, I'm going to go Dak. But, man, I mean, look, it's Thursday game. You know, hedging your bets on a Thursday game is not a bad idea either, because what if the game is just a dud? What if there's no, scoring? What if it's 9-3 at half? Full PPR, 14 team. Purdy, Bucky, nice team. I still have Penix, Lamb, BTJ, Buka, Hendy. I like the team. I don't know what we're doing here. Thoughts on it? I like it. Bucky, Harvey, like it. Purdy, I don't like. I mean, what are you going to do? Where's your quarterback? Why are you putting Purdy in your starting quarterback anyway? He's not even playing, and he's, put Fields in there. Have some respect. Oh, is this a trade? Oh, this is a trade. My Purdy for Bucky. Okay, my Purdy, Bucky, Harvey, Ingram for Fields, Gibbs, Bowers. Woo! Gibbs over Bucky, and then Bowers over Harvey, Purdy. Yes, take Bowers and Gibbs and run. Yeah, that's a good trade. Smitty approve on that one. Sorry, I was misreading what you said.
You've just been Smitty.
All right. For those of you saying, please, Smitty, help with my super chat, I'm trying to get through them as fast as I can. Telling me in the chat, Smitty, I've got a super chat, please help. The game starting does not help me. It slows me down. I'm trying to do my best. $20 haulers get immediate attention. That's why that number is there. That specific figure bumps you ahead of the line. There's nothing else I can do. I'm going through as quickly as I can. Have JD5 Debo start Bill over Harvey, Sharp, Sampson. Bill over Harvey. I don't know. I wish I could tell you, Boosh, but I'm going to tell you I start Harvey because it's high risk, high reward, and I like that. But Sharps is really good. Bill's probably safer. I think Bill's maybe the safest move. Harvey's got the ability to score 5 points or get you 30. So I'm going to go Harvey personally, but if you need safety with your matchup, go Bill. And you should be starting Bill anyway. You should be making trades to get Bill in your lineup anyway. Great job, embarrassment of riches. You should be ashamed of yourself for having so much talent on your roster. Who to sit? Debo, BTJ, Buka. You're not sitting BTJ. You're not sitting BTJ. Stop it. You're not sitting Buka either. So, unfortunately, you got to trade Debo Samuel. But when I'm sitting BTJ, can we stop with the sitting BTJ questions? Swift or Bill? I'm going Bill. Fannin or Jawan? I'm going Fannin. Do it live. Appreciate you. 12-man league. 12-man QB, Brown, Hendy, Jettas, Adams. Do I trade Hampton for London right now? I would probably take London, yes. Trade Adams for another running back, yes. Go after Harvey. Go after Hampton. Go after Hendy. Go after... potentially even those are the ones I want most, bro. Definitely, Chuba's a little interesting too because people are kind of slinging him around like he's trash. Should I trade Sharps and Ollie for Rice and Giddens? I have Dak, Pearsall, Henderson, Sharps. Yeah, Gibbs and Henderson, you're pretty good there. And Ollie, it's okay. We'll see what that develops. I would probably say give me that top 5 wide receiver value, but I mean, as soon as and if and when Sharps gets the nod and they trade Walker or Walker gets hurt or they just say, Walker, you're on the bench full time, which they may not do that part. But, I mean, you might be talking about an even Steven swap or you taking a bath for 3 or 4 weeks while Sharps is dropping top 6 running back numbers. So there's risk involved. Keon or JCM, I'm going JCM. Easy peasy. Trade K9 Debo for Nico. I'd rather have Nico, Adam, CD, Allen, and Buka. Yes, that's cakewalk stuff. Again, make sure if you're asking a question now, you're realizing you might not get it answered in time. Ask it about the bigger picture week 2. Trade my lad and JCM for Nico and Benson. Nico, Benson. I would probably say Nico and Benson if you can weather through waiting on Benson, because I think Benson does rise up. But that's a pretty close call. If you need the points now, you might not be able to do the trade, though. CMC, George Pickens for Chase Brown and Mike Evans. I think this is where you're not giving enough. You need to give up CMC for Chase Brown and Evans straight up. The moment you give Pickens back, you're evening the scales on a trade that you're supposed to be getting, working him over on. So no, you don't be throwing in two for two in when Pickens is the throw-in. Absolutely not. We also have Nico for K9 Adams and Debo. I'd probably rather have Nico. So yeah, too much. Thank you for the super chat. Jaden versus the Packers defense or get cute and go Fields. Here's my answer. Look, anything can happen, but come on, man. Come on. Pick 2, JCM, Debo, ETN, Sampson, and go JCM and JCM and ETN or Debo and ETN. I'm not sitting ETN. And then next, Travis Hunter, Harvey. I'm going to go Harvey, but that's me. Andy, thank you for the $10 hauler. Just traded Garrett Wilson and Swift for Chase Brown. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with either side of that. This one here, Antonio, appreciate you dropping the super chat. Are you trading with CMC, Harvey? I might have to get to these longer questions, guys, after like these team breakdowns. After I got to try and plow through these quicker start questions. Some of these are just they're just going to take a little time to answer. Like these are just huge questions. Who are you targeting with CMC? Harvey Hampton, yes. So Harvey Hampton and then Ladd, or Harvey Hampton specifically BTJ or Nico. If you go just grab a player like Nico and then you have that other spot open, comb through the roster, see what makes sense. So hang tight. Let me try and plow through these one question things and that might be relating to this week if I can do it, and then go back and answer these longer questions. Start 2, Walker, JCM, Sharps, Sampson, Ridley. I'm going to go JCM and Sharps personally. Offer Neighbors for St. Brown. I would rather have, I guess I'd rather have Neighbors, although I think St. Brown's going to outscore him this week. I think St. Brown's going to have a revenge game, but I don't know. I mean, Neighbors could get shut down in week 16 or whatever, but in a vacuum, I'd rather have Neighbors for right now. Bill for DJ Moore. I'd rather have Bill. If not, pick one. Bill, Keenan Allen, Hollywood Brown. Bill, appreciate you. Start Debo tonight or roll with the dice with London. I would probably say Debo's safer, but London's going to play, but he might play banged up. So, but I'd say Debo. Get both of them is the answer. Do I flex Bill over J.K. Dobbins, Walker, or Ridley? I'd say Bill. Yeah, definitely Bill. Hopefully this gets you in time. Cook, Debo, or Adams. I would say, honestly, sitting Cook is hard. I would say Debo is probably my favorite play, but Cook is still a very solid play. I'm going to say you have to get both, but I guess I'd lean Debo. Should I drop Trey Benson for Tootin? I think you need both of them. They're both literally like, I don't know how many times I can show this. Tootin and Benson are both equally tied for being number 9 out of 10 ranked for being the best pickup of the year. So the answer is both. I'm not going to tell you to drop one league winner for another. Would you trade away JSN for and receive Ladd? I would probably rather have JSN by a hair, but love both of them. And to that Tootin and Benson, drop your kicker and buy time to make a trade. Terry, JCM, Pickens, Rome, sit 1. Sitting 1, I'm going to say Rome. Thank you, Travis. Appreciate you. PPR, pick 2, start Harvey, Dobbins, Butte, Tillman. I'm going to say Harvey and probably Dobbins right now. That's a tough call. Start 2, Javonte, JCM, Olave, Sid Olave. What are we doing? JCM this week. Sharps of JCM. JCM's a little safer. Also Debo or Tet Debo. Javonte, JCM, Olave. I'm sitting Olave. I think I answered that one a couple times, right? Trade JCM and Terry for BTJ. Give me BTJ. But that's close. I mean, there's arguments to be made there. DK, revenge game, Debo or Keenan Allen. Give me Debo. Leaning DK. DK, revenge game, Debo or... I'll pick one. I'd probably say Debo still, but DK's fine. If your gut says DK, just go DK. Don't let me influence you because that's a very close call. Trade JT Adams. I get Kyron Williams and Debo. JT Adams for Kyron Williams, Debo. Give me Kyron Williams and Debo. Pretty much all day, baby. Start one, Samson, Aaron Jones, JCM. Go JCM, but Samson's nice too. Flex Harvey, JCM, or Sharps. I'm going to go, honestly, I'm going Harvey, but I'm going high risk, high reward. I understand what time it is. JCM's probably safer. But you have a problem on your hands. You got to make a trade. You're going to get that wrong every week. You'll probably get it wrong tonight. Start JCM or Benson. You got to go JCM, bro. You got to go JCM right now until Benson's the starter. Start one flex. Debo, DJ Moore, Hollywood, or Tyreek. You're going Debo. Debo's proved it. JCM are pretty Ricky. Go JCM. QJ and Judy for JCM. I'd probably take JCM and start him tonight. Start three. Buka, Hendy, Garrett Wilson, Debo. Probably going to sit. I guess I sit Hendy. But I don't know that you're going to love that. You're going to have to make a trade at some point. Running back need, flex, Bill, Sharbs, Keon. Probably go Bill for safety. Sharbs is a little riskier but more upside, but I go Bill. I think I go Bill. Start two this week, Igboka, Hendy, London. I'm going to go probably Hendy and Igboka. London and Igboka, but Buka's locked in. We're kind of debating Hendy and London based on London's health and if he's going to be on a limitation. Start Debo or DJ Moore, go Debo. Start Terry. Start two. Terry. Whoops. Let's see here. Where's that question? Where's that? Start. I think this is it. Start Terry, Mason, Harvey, Bill. I'm gonna go Terry and Harvey or Bill and Terry. Bill and Terry's your safe play. Bill and Terry's your safe play if you want safety. That's a tough one, bro. All right, I'm almost through all these shorter questions. I also have Pickens for my $20 hauler. Okay, Owen, I don't know how that's going to help me at this point, Owen, but I appreciate you dropping that. Also have Pickens for my other 20 years. I appreciate that. Bro, you can't just throw that. I got to have the whole new question. There's nothing I can piece together with that. Nothing. Is this it? Multiple leagues, Njoku or Kraft? Going to go Kraft or Kincaid. I'm going to go Kraft. And when you drop Kraft, Kincaid for Fannin, I'd take Fannin over all those guys. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate you. This one here. Should I trade CMC and Brian Robinson Jr. for Nico and Chuba? I would take Nico and Chuba. Yes, that's pretty solid. Start at the flex, Coleman, Tet, or JCM. Castro says, who do I start, Kraft or Fannin? I'm gonna go Fannin, but it's close. This one from Chris is a blank $2 hauler. Appreciate you, Chris, for dropping that. Thank you very much. This one right here is start JD5 or Hurts. I'm gonna go JD5 and start Debo or Moore. I'm going to go Debo. So I think I'm kind of caught up on the ones that have come in that are shorter. I can't answer the ones you guys are dropping last second. I'm going to try and go through as fast as I can, but I have to go back to the top. Those guys dropped them first. Judkins or Ollie. I also have ATN. I'm going to go Judkins. Start JCM or Jones. I'm going JCM. Krosky, Merritt, Bowers, AJ Brown for Krosky, Merritt, Nico. I'm gonna take the Bowers side, but then I trade AJ Brown anyway. Ertz or Fannin, I'm gonna go Fannin. Debo or Paris, I'm gonna go Debo. Anything short, I'm answering in speedy fashion here. I got Sharps for Jacoby Myers, and I go Sharps all day long. Nice job on that. Who do you start? 0.5 for first downs, Krosky, Merritt, or Higgins. I'm going to go Krosky, Merritt, I think, but that's a close one. Fannin, what am I doing with Njoku? No one's trading for him, but you could try. But I don't know, bro. I mean, try coupling him with something to get that Harvey or that Mike Evans for free. Valdez, appreciate you. Traded CMC and JMO for Nico and Benson. You shouldn't have given up. You didn't do a good job though, bro, because you gave up JMO. I told you trade CMC for two players. You don't give up somebody like JMO and make it near even Steven. That's not the whole point of the trading away CMC. I still think it could work out for you, but you definitely didn't do the assignment. What's up, Smitty? Love the show. Start two, ETN, Sharps, Bill. ETN and probably Bill for right now. Very, very close call. All right, I got to go back to the top. If anybody's dropping a super chat right now, you're pushing the limit here for getting answered in time. So hopefully you're asking a week 2 question. Hey, Smitty, I'm in sports psych enthusiast. How has your psych background shaped your success in fantasy football and content strategy? Basically, bro, I can read people pretty well, and also, noticing the trending and groupthink and sunk cost fallacy type stuff and foot in the door phenomenon, trading advice. Like, we definitely incorporate it. We'll incorporate it more than ever during the year here with trading and also in the off season. So expect a lot more of it. Start Debo or Terry tonight. I'm going to go probably Debo, but very, very hard. Murray, Herbert, Penix Jr. Probably going to go Herbert. Krosky Merritt on waivers, but I only have Monty. Drop Keenan Allen for Bill. Don't leave Krosky Merritt on waivers, bro. Worthy Rice on bench. Don't leave Krosky Merritt on waivers. That's a huge mistake. Huge mistake. Jackson, appreciate your super chat. I know your answer, but I need to hear your case for Gibbs. Already answered that one. Thank you, Jackson. Appreciate you. I'm getting close to finishing these off, actually, before kickoff. That's amazing. I did great. What's your what's up, Smitty? On my way home from work. Need one wide receiver and one flex. Adams, Debo, Sharps, JCM. I'm going to go probably Debo for safety, but I want both JCM and Debo in there. Wide receiver 1, Nico. Running backs are CMC, B-Rob, Grendo, and Kyron. Denny's Debo song is hilarious. Thank you, pal. There's no real answer to this, man. I mean, Debo and JCM are both great. I probably lean Debo slightly for safety. Andre, appreciate your gifted membership the other night, too. You're the man, the myth, legend. I think that was you. Thank you so much. Wide receiver, Jettas, Ricky. I was offered Travis Hunter for Mason. Take that. Smash. Lucas. Absolute amazing. I'm getting these out before kickoff. I'm doing it live. I'm getting it handled. Hi, boss. 10-man PPR. Do I trade my Genty and Nico for Nico and Parasol? Genty. Trade Genty for Nico and Parasol. Give me Genty. I still believe in Genty. Love Genty. Worried about that situation. Appreciate you. You're the best. I worry about that situation in Houston. I worry about Stroud. Mahomes or Penix. Mahomes. Then pick 2 pass catchers, wide receivers, or tight ends. 2 flexes. Bowers, if he plays, but he's kind of questionable right now, so you got to worry about that. Conky, Pickens. I would probably say Harvey's the number 1 running back I want. Sharps is the number 2 running back I want. And my number 1 wide receiver I want is McConkey. And the number 2 I want is Pickens. And then, I guess, Bowers I put in place of Pickens if I needed to. Third up if Bowers fell and you need another one, Hunter. But that's kind of the way my brain processes that question, although there's a lot going on there. If I answered it wrong, I'm sorry. Let's see here. Z, appreciate you. Rock out with a $20 hauler. Rock out wants immediate attention. Got a trade offer. Mike Collins and ETN for Jamar Chase, but running backs are super suspect. ETN, Walker, Jalen Warren, Pacheco. And the second question is, would you play Fields over Love? I would play Fields. Yeah, I play Fields. Love. I think Love could be in trouble tonight. I go Fields personally. I'm not saying anything can happen, but I especially Thursday night game as well. But got a trade offer. Mike Collins and ETN for Jamar Chase. I'd probably say Nico and ETN's a little bit better right now, rock out, but I could go either way on that trade. I really could. If you went Jamar Chase, I'm fine with it. Let's clarify, should I start Pretty Ricky or JCM? JCM, my boy. All right, guys, anybody got their question in like the last second? I mean, I'm trying my best. I ripped through so many questions. Kickoff just happened, so hopefully everybody didn't wait till the last second to throw their question in. Burrow, Hendy, Buka, or Fannin, ETN, bench, Rice. Who do I start at tight end and what moves to make? Your tight end, I'm probably going to go with Fannin this week, although I do like Pitts. And what moves to make, I'm probably saying stand down with the quarterback and the 2 running backs. Buka, I love. You're waiting on J-Mo Benson to do something and Rice to come back. I don't know. If you could trade Rice right now for Ladd or trade Rice and let's say Benson if he gains value, or Benson or J-Mo and Rice for like a wide receiver like BTJ who's doubted, I obviously do that move right now. Ladd's one of my favorite go-gets. I would trade Rice for Harvey. Hand off to Josh Jacobs for 2 yards. There we go. Slim, appreciate you. You got JCM questions in here, guys. Everybody slam these in last second. I'm sorry if you got a Commander's question in here or a Packers question. 10-team 2 flex. Lamar Fields. Love Lamar. St. Brown, Pickens, Rice, Addison, Hendy. If you got a start bench question, walking like into the last hour, inside an hour of a game, I would make it a very short one. Otherwise, you're this huge question. There's no way to answer all the huge questions in time that are more geared to like a trade. Commander defense wrapping up, but Jacob's still squeezing out some yards there. Bucky, Hendy, Harvey, Fannin, lineup. I don't know. Lineup, man, I'd probably say Lamar, St. Brown, Pickens, and then Bucky, Kyron, and then my flex would probably be Hendy as of right now. If you're starting 3 wide receivers, then you're obviously forced to use Pittman right now. But if you're starting 2 and then 2 flex, my 2 flexes are going to be after you put Bucky and Kyron in, it's going to be Hendy, then Harvey in that order. And then maybe JCM allows you to trade Rice right now for one player like Nico. That's probably what I would do. Little throw to Wicks, first down Packers. Trade Debo and Adams for Nico and Shaheed. I would rather have Nico. I would smash that trade, and you could still probably hit accept. You just won't be able to use it this week. Kicker, start Loop or Little or Prater. Probably, I would say Loop and then Little or Little Loop in that order. Thank you, Chris, for the $4.99 hauler. It's blank. I don't see anything, though. Josh Allen, Harrison, Marvin Harrison Jr., Genty, Warren, Thornton, Ollie, Finn. Wicks, get another one. Wicks is actually holding on to the ball. Buka, Harvey, Genty, Hunter. Love this team. Bench Thornton, Judkins. Judkins becomes a trade piece for you later. You might be able to use Fannin. Tyler Warren's your starter, or you could use Tyler Warren if he gains more value, but you want to wait on that because I don't think people are respecting him enough. I like this team. I'm not really moving much on this squad right now. I'm probably just going to say, let MHJ gain some more value. I do really, 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 really like, trading Judkins and MHJ for like a Nico right now if you can do it, but you might have to wait just a little bit before you can capitalize on that. But it's a tough, We got two $20 haulers in the building. Donovan and Lego Batman. Lego Batman, where you been, bro? Lego Batman, you used to be... we used to have Lego Batman in charge of the bat signal, but he didn't come around for so long that we took him off. We put BBQ there. But Lego Batman, we might be able to, if you stay around, we might have to put you back in charge of the, co in charge of the light. It's an important enough job that both of you can handle it. Love, incomplete, 3rd and 9. Trade away AJ Brown for Sutton. I probably will want a little more Donovan. And the fact that AJ Brown is looking like he's no worse for the wear coming out of the game. And, I still think you could get a little more for him. So I'm going to say get more. Been too long. Thank you, Lego Batman. Thank you both for the $20 super chat. You're going to get bunk bed combined celebrations right now because we're short for time.
Alert. Super chat alert.
I appreciate you very much for the double whammy $2 or $20 hauler super chats from both of you. Appreciate you. Rate this trade. Gave Nico Jacobs and Tyler Warren for London and Genty. I'm going to say amazing. I have Penix Jr. I love Genty in London. I like Jake. Believe me, I like Nico and Jacobs. I do. And Tyler Warren's fantastic. I mean, there's good on both sides, but give me the London Genty all day. I'm a huge Genty believer still. And I think it's wild that people are giving up on him after 1 week. Same thing they did in the preseason. My trade got countered with my Nico Brees for his Buka Chase Brown or Buka Sharps. First of all, Buka Chase Brown's way different than Buka Sharps, so that's almost weird that we're comparing those two. Or you get or $5 bill or $100 bill. So Buka and Chase Brown, I'd rather have over Nico and Brees, but it's really, really close. Yeah, I think I still would, but it's like dead even. I don't think one of you is crushing the trade. I think it's questions on both sides as to who's going to win that. Superflex start JCM over Stroud. I would have started JCM over Stroud, yes. Hopefully you did that. Jordan Love back to pass. Incomplete. It was 1st and 15, though. Wicks. Intended for Wicks. Superflex start JCM over Stroud. I'm starting JCM, but your scoring might dictate that you can't do that. Like based on last week, who outscored the other? If it was JCM, then I start JCM. 6 points per rushing TD. Yeah, probably, bro. The other QB's Mahomes. But, maybe that changes, with a good game by Stroud. Josh Allen, Harrison, Buka, Harvey, Genty, Hunter, Tyler Warren. bench Thornton Judkins. I think I already did this one. So, yeah, I'm definitely trying to trade Judkins and MHJ up for a doubted Nico right now, a doubted BTJ right now. BTJ's being asked if he should be benched right now in questions. It's crazy. So go after BTJ while you still can. Almost like Ladd a little more, but that's not as big of an upgrade. I think going after Agenti, going after Hampton, using the combo as well. Just traded Mason for Bo Nix. Now I have Nix, London, JSN. I don't mind that at all. That's a good team. Very good team. Pickens will bounce back this week. RJ Harvey's going to ball. Bill's going to ball. So Walker and Ridley for one player. Walker and JSN for an upgrade into BTJ or something. Flag on the play. Touchdown strike. Jordan Love, it looks like, is that Wicks? Is he injured? He's injured. There's a flag on the play. It's on the offense, so it's coming back. Repeat third down, and whoever is on the field, I think it's Wicks. Wicks has been... Oh, no, it's Reed. It's Reed. It's Jaden Reed. Oh, man. Is it a broken collarbone? Is it a shoulder? Reed's injured. Reed is injured bad. Might be a stinger, and then he pops up and he's fine. We've seen that before. This trade of Mason for both. I like this trade, but as I said, Bill or Walker and JSN for a Nico right now. Walker and JSN for BTJ. Do it now. Do it live. You got to give up something extra like Fannin right now to get it done. I'd probably do it. Thank you very much for the super chat. Damn, man. So we're caught up on the supers. That was tough to get through. I don't think that many of you missed out on advice. Looks like it's shoulder the way. Collarbone or shoulder. May have broke his collarbone. May have just injured his shoulder. It could be his AC joint. Could be an actual shoulder separation. Hard to say. I think only about 3 or 4 of you maybe didn't get your question in time. So that was a pretty impressive feat by me. I'm going to try and go in at least an hour and 15 minutes before kickoff next time to make sure we have plenty of time. Reed's definitely hurting. They're walking him either to the tent or straight to the locker room. But it's 3rd and 19. Appreciate you, Ego, for dropping the $1.99 hauler. It's blank. River says I missed his super chat. Okay, little dump off pass. Wow, he almost got a first down. They're about 2 yards short. They gave up way too much yardage on that one. That was Brooks. They're probably going to go for it. That was stupid defensive scheming there. We got 5 gifted memberships from Mr. T. Mr. T, thank you for doing that. And then River says I missed his super chat. River, appreciate you. Pick 2, JCM, Debo, ETN, Sampson. Next is Hunter Harvey. I did answer that, River. I remember that question very specifically. I remember the next Hunter Harvey. I remember that exact verbiage. Love dropping back. Nice defensive play there. Amos smacked that ball down. Pick 2, JCM. My answer was I remember specifically, River. I did not miss it. You're misinterpreting this situation. I said I would go Harvey because I'm a crazy man, and you can't. I think I said exactly you cannot sit ETN. So probably going to be. I think I said Debo's the safe play with ETN. JCM is, you got to pick your poison there. This is not an easy call between these two. It was not. And honestly, I wavered myself on this exact dilemma all night long, all day long. And I think I split it. I went JCM in one league and went Debo in the other because I own JCM and Debo together in like almost every league. With Hunter. I didn't make a decision. I think I split it between the 3 of them. But I probably would have said ETN a lock, and Debo was probably in PPR the safe play. If it's half PPR or non-PPR, JCM is a little bit of the lean. But thank you, River, anyway. Appreciate you, and thank you for the super chat. But I remember I did handle that. I appreciate you for dropping the second one here. 12-team Superflex, Puka or Kyron and Rice. I'd rather have Kyron and Rice because Kyron's as good as Puka, and you get a top 5 wide receiver once Rice comes back. That's easy, light work. That's light work, bro. River, appreciate you. You don't have to say sorry. I just wanted you to know I didn't miss. I don't care. I'm not trying to. Appreciate you, River. You don't have to go back and listen to it. I told it to you right now. I got you, River. River, you're my boy. Don't be mad. I'm sorry. Samson for Judy. I'd rather have Samson, I think. Samson for Zay Flowers. I'd rather have Zay Flowers, Travis. River, if you have another one, let me make it up to you, though, even though I did read it, but I want to make it up to you. It makes this experience so good that you want to super chat again, River. You know, so River, please give me another question, and I will look for your question right now. Hit me with it, River. I'll put it right up on screen. Thank you very much, my boy. River to the moon. River stock is on the rise. River stock is on the rise. This question here. Traded Brown and Addison JCM for Nico and got Knicks. For Nico, got Knicks Hampton. Okay, so traded Brown. I assume that's, I mean, you guys got to be clear. I don't know if it's AJ Brown, I don't know if it's Chase Brown, I don't know if it's Antonio Brown. I guess I'll answer it both ways if I can. I mean, Addison, Chase Brown, and JCM for Nico. I'd probably say I'd rather have the Chase Brown side. If that's AJ Brown, I'd rather have the Nico side. Chris, thank you very much for the super chat. Just traded MHJ. Oh, hold on, let me see if there's anything else on that. JD5 in the shotgun. Throws it to Austin. Austin to the left. Gaining about 4 yards, I'd say. Traded Brown. Okay, and then what is this? Okay, I think I got that. There we go. And then this Lost Soul, appreciate you for the $2 hauler. Just traded MHJ for BTJ. I think you took him to the cleaners, bro. MHJ, I love him, but BTJ's the same player he was before week 1. That's what I'm saying. Some of you can trade for BTJ right now. I think I got to do a video tomorrow morning on go get BTJ. The disrespect on BTJ means that he is so undervalued right now. It's not even funny. JD5 scrambling. Gets wrapped up. Almost got away. It's going to be third down. Do I drop Ollie for Judkins? I probably wouldn't right now, personally. But I understand why people would. Ravens D. Rams. Probably Ravens. Also, who should I drop? D. Smith or Tracy? Tracy. Don't drop Devontae Smith. You can still trade Devontae Smith. All right, guys. I'm going to be back for the wrap-up show. Eckler catching I believe that was fourth down now. Just short. Thank you all for the gifted memberships. You guys absolutely rock. Cody with the membership question. Devontae Smith or Mason or something for Book. I mean, depends on the something, bro. I mean, it's pretty vague. I'd say, yeah, but you're not going to get... It's a cute idea, bro, but you're not getting a Buka for Devontae Smith and a little something like Mason. No one's giving you Buka for that, but it's a real cute idea. But, yes, it depends on the something, I suppose. And membership questions always happen at the end of the show, guys, so I would not ask a last-second start bench question and a membership question because I can't. These don't come through the same. I have to look at them at the end of the show. Flex 1 JCM. I would have went JCM over Tillman, but I guess I would have said Harvey overall. Harvey, then JCM in that order, but really, really close call. New Age Outlaw, appreciate you. Should be a good game. Yes, sir. It already is. And then this one right here, needed to add Hunter to my super chat. That helps me zero. It's got to be all self-contained. There's no way for me to combine messages. Debo or Pearsall. Sorry, Mindy, for the late response on this. I would have said Debo. And then this one here, dollar bill. Do it live. And then the last one I just answered. Appreciate all you guys dropping the gifted memberships, the super chats. You guys absolutely rock. I do the best I can. Sometimes there's a little error here or there, but for the most part, get through as many super chats as I did. To have maybe one error is pretty damn good. Half PPR, trade AJ Brown for Scary Terry and J.K. Dobbins. I would rather have Scary Terry and J.K., and then I'd trade J.K. if I could. I don't trust AJ Brown right now. Scary Terry, I trust a little more. They're both guys that I don't love right now, to be honest. But and the other wide receivers are BTJ. Don't sell them low. Garrett Wilson, don't sell them low. With Harvey, JCM, pretty solid. I do wonder if you could get more for AJ Brown, though, because like Scary Terry's We'll see what he does tonight, but he doesn't have a lot of value right now, you know. And A.J. Brown's still got a little remnants of value, but he's still also doubted. I'll be back for the wrap-up show. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, New Age Outlaw, for dropping the gifted memberships. New Age dropped. How many did New Age drop? Zach. Oh, Zach. Zach, are you still here? Zach, I don't know if I acknowledged your 5. I might have. But Zach with $5 gifted membership. Appreciate Zach very much for dropping the 5 wad. Thank you so much, Zach. You're the man, the myth, the legend. New Age dropped 20. Then Andy dropped 10. And then we had Joseph. Joseph, are you still here? Joseph dropped 5 as well. And then Mr. T gifted 5, which I did acknowledge. But I don't know if I acknowledged Joseph in time. Joseph, I hope you're hearing me. Mr. T, thank you again. Andy, thank you. I did tell you thank you. New Age, I did tell you thank you, but thank you both again, New Age and Andy. And Zach, I don't know if you heard me, Zach, so I hope you're watching right now. Zach, I appreciate your gifted membership. Zach to the mother freaking moon. All of you to the moon. Thank you very much. I smell meatloaf. Hey, Ma, the meatloaf.
Meatloaf.
All right. Be back. Appreciate you all. We'll do the wrap-up show. Hopefully we get more football, though. The action's been a little meh. But I think I need to end the live stream for the action to kick into gear. Sometimes if we're getting, sometimes the action's great and then I stay live. But if the action doesn't feel great, then typically the remedy is me clicking end and then it goes bonkers. So I'm going to hit end right now. See you all on the wrap-up show after this game. Deuce. Drop a bow.